We love Kansas City, and not all of Kansas City is perfect, and not all of Kansas City is thriving, and so if we can kind of help level that playing field, especially for the kids and what they've seen and the trauma they've gone through, if there's anything that we can do to make it more level for them, that's where our focus is.
I'm Marshall Lockton.
And I'm Nora Lockton, and we are the Emerging Philanthropists of the Year.
So about 10 years ago, soon after I moved back to Kansas City, a friend referred me to the Children's Place when I was looking to get involved with something civically. Fell in love with the mission that they have of serving young children who have survived trauma and abuse, and for 6 years served on the board there.
About 3 or 4 years ago, after Marshall rolled off the board at the Children's Place, I had the opportunity to join the board. And about a year ago, we were asked to lead the capital campaign for the new facility that the Children's Place will be moving into later this year. And so that's been the majority of our community service lately. Our kids are young. We have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old who were recently the age of the children who are served by the Children's Place. So it's hard not to notice that and see that.
You know, when a kid experiences trauma at that young of an age, you know, their lives can probably go in 2 different directions, and we feel that the Children's Place actually is making an impact at that juncture. Any organization that can do that with children, when we have children of our own, you know, that's the type of place we want to spend our time.
If we can change the story at that young age, they can have a productive, healthy, happy childhood.
Some of our students do have barriers that are keeping them from achieving their full potential right now, but when the community comes around, and I'm proud that City Year is a part of that, that we really can change that narrative about what's possible for kids in Kansas City. My name is Audra Clark, and I am the Executive Director for City Year here in Kansas City. My path to being a nonprofit executive director now seems really straightforward, but was actually kind of windy. Coming out of undergrad, had sort of the idea that I was going to go into for-profit marketing, but I did one particular internship where I was working for Estee Lauder, like the makeup company, and I realized about halfway through that I did not care at all if someone bought another tube of lipstick. And it was sort of this awakening moment, like, what am I doing here, and what am I going to do now that I just, graduated and have this degree? So I actually did a year of service as an AmeriCorps member. That just had a completely transformational impact on my life, totally changed the trajectory of my career. I could actually use these skills that I'd learned in terms of marketing and business, but apply them to a mission-driven organization. So when I think about changing the story in the schools and the communities that we work with at City Year, I really think about exposing the stories and all of the amazing potential of the students that we work with, and making sure that those stories are being told. So if City Year can play a role in not only helping our students develop their story and their full potential, but then also helping shed a light on the amazing work that the teachers in the schools that we work in are doing, then I feel like that is success for City Year.
The best advice I could give, it's just like anything else. What you focus on expands. If you start giving, you're going to get the gratification from the giving, and then you're going to expand your giving. If you don't have the money to give time. And if you don't have 5 hours a week, give 50 minutes. Just start. I'm Chuck Cuda, Emerging Volunteer of the Year. The main focus is with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. My dad is a non-Hodgkin's follicular lymphoma survivor, and I was fortunate enough to donate my bone marrow to him. But it doesn't stop there. It expands into friends of mine whose son has autism. I do some work with their foundation, as well as the church, childhood cancer, things like that. There's no script to life. There's no script to giving. I think changing the story, you set your own blueprint for how it's going to be. We control our ability to give time, to give money, to give back to the community. And I think that's how we change that script. That's how we build the legacy. That's how we change the story, because life isn't scripted, but we have the ability to control what we can control.